great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery, an ocean steep, my faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. My soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you've never failed, and you won't start now. So I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. My faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Oh Jesus, my God, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. My name is Aubrey Tuttrup, and I have dysautonomia. And one of the first questions that I always get when I tell people that I have dysautonomia is, what is dysautonomia? And it's actually very understandable why I get that question so often, considering that most doctors don't even know about it, even though it's an extremely common condition. It affects 1 in 100 teenagers and affects 70 million people worldwide, which makes it more common than multiple sclerosis. Dysautonomia is a multi-system disorder that affects the autonomic nervous system. And what you could think about the autonomic nervous system is it regulates everything that's supposed to be regulated automatically in your body, such as things like heart rate, blood pressure, digestion, temperature regulation, pupil dilation, even like the fight or flight system. I could keep going, but I'm going to stop there. It's not regulated properly when you have dysautonomia. And as you can imagine, that would cause a lot of problems. One of the main problems for me is I can't stand for prolonged periods of time, which is why I sing sitting. Later, you'll notice in a quartet that we're doing, I'm the only one sitting and everyone else is standing. And that's because when I stand up, most people, the blood will be pumped back up to your heart and your brain. But with me, the blood just falls to my feet. My heart rate increases and my blood pressure decreases, and I will eventually pass out. This is a problem not just with standing, but also sitting. And well, that is one of the main problems that I personally struggle with. Other people with dysautonomia may have problems that are more concentrated in other areas. I have different, like a wide array of symptoms also, but the symptoms of dysautonomia vary a lot. And you could see here in the slide that's being shown here, all of the symptoms, as you can see, it affects multiple systems. And many people go several years without a diagnosis. Some people are never diagnosed. And that is why I feel that it's important for me to do what I can to raise awareness about this extremely common, very debilitating condition that most people have never heard about, including doctors. So what I am doing is combining my love for singing, my love for Jesus, and my love for spreading awareness about this into one thing. And I hope you enjoy it. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Had as much of you as I can take. I'm so done, so over being afraid. I've gone through the motions, I've been back and forth. I know that you're thinking you've heard this before. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, fear you don't own me. There ain't no room in this story, and I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not like. You know me, well guess what? I know who I am. I know I'm strong, and I am free. Got my own identity, so fear you will never be welcome here. Take a minute, let it settle in. You probably never saw coming. Something's gotta give, so I give up you. Whoa. There's no room for you here, yeah, I've had enough. There's no vacancy sign on my heart lit up. In case you didn't hear it, here it is again. Fear you don't own me. There ain't no room in this story. Yeah, I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not like. You know me, well guess what? Know who I am. I know I'm strong, and I'm free. Got my own identity, so fear you will never be welcome here. Is anybody out there just like me? Anybody needing fear to leave? If you don't know how to say it, sing along with me. Sing fear you don't own me. There ain't no room in this story. Yeah, I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not like. You know me, well guess what? I know who I am. I know I'm strong, brave, and I am free. Got my own identity, so fear Now, another condition that I have, which is actually very interrelated to dysautonomia, which I will explain shortly, is called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. The acronym for that is EDS. And the specific type I have is hypermobile EDS. There's 13 types, and the type I have is the most common. Well, dysautonomia is very common. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is more rare. It's about 1 in 5,000 is what they think right now. But that number could be incorrect because, like dysautonomia, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is also highly undiagnosed. Symptoms of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome are shown in the slide that's being showed right now. And what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is my collagen is not built how it should be. So you can think of collagen as being the glue that holds your body together. Well, most people's bodies are put together like this. Mine is more like this. So because of that, everything in my body is too loose. I have very frequent dislocations. Not everybody with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome has dislocations. Some have partial dislocations, some don't have any, but I am one of the people who have very frequent dislocations, sometimes several times a day, and it's not just in one part of my body, it's several, multiple places. Chronic pain and chronic fatigue are some of the worst symptoms for me. It is multi-system, like dysautonomia, and the reason why Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and dysautonomia are often seen together is they think that Ehlers-Danlos syndrome makes the veins too stretchy. So when you're standing, your body has a hard time pumping the blood back up to the upper part of your body because the veins are just too elastic. They instead of being like this, they balloon out and the blood just pools. And so that's the relationship between Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and dysautonomia. And like I said, like dysautonomia, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome does affect multiple systems of the body. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, there is collagen everywhere in your body. Cardiovascular system, your skin, digestive system, it goes on. So anywhere you have collagen, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome can affect that part. And my body is affected, multiple systems of my body are affected, which I won't go into too much detail about because the symptoms charts are up there. But the reason why I talk about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome in addition to dysautonomia is because of how often these two are shown together. They're not always shown together. Sometimes you can have one condition just on its own, or the other condition just on its own. So EDS on its own, dysautonomia on its own, but a lot of times they go together. Come out of sadness from wherever you've been. Come broken-hearted, let rescue begin. Come find your mercy, oh sinner, be still. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Oh, wanderer, come home. You're not too far. So lay down your hurt, lay down your heart. Come as you are. There's hope for the hopeless and all those who've strayed. Come sit at the table, come taste the grace. There's rest for the weary, rest that endures. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can cure. So lay down your burdens, lay us joy for the morning. O sinner, be still. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. Earth has no sorrow that heaven can heal. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your faith. Oh, wanderer, come home. You're not too far. Lay down your hurt, lay down your heart. Come as you are, come as you are, come as you are, come as you are. So the specific type of dysautonomia that I have is called POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And I realize that's a mouthful, and that's why most people just call it POTS, P-O-T-S, POTS. Postural orthostatic means it depends on your posture, and orthostatic means upright. So upright intolerance, and tachycardia means fast heart rate. So basically when I stand up, my heart rate shoots up and goes crazy. And while that is just one part of dysautonomia, and that's the main way it's diagnosed, is does your heart rate skyrocket when you're upright? There is tons of symptoms. I could try to name all of them, but it would take too much time because it's multi-system. So while POTS is diagnosed based off of just the heart rate increase, since it is part of dysautonomia, it also affects just the larger autonomic nervous system. And something else I wanted to talk about was zebras with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Zebras are the mascot for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome because when doctors are in medical school, they are taught, when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras. Basically what that means is think about the common things, the simple things first. Don't think about the crazy things or the things that don't really come up that very often. But the problem with that is, even though zebras are less common than horses, zebras do exist. We know that zebras exist. And I am a zebra because 1 in 5,000, that is pretty rare, but I exist. And for that 1 in 5,000, a diagnosis means everything. Even though Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a rare disease, to me personally, I do not experience it rarely, and my family does not experience it rarely. And that's why I oftentimes don't really put a lot of emphasis on the fact that Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is considered rare, because when you're experiencing it firsthand or secondhand based off of being close to somebody who has it, you don't experience it rarely. It affects every aspect of your life. So when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, but also consider zebras, because zebras do also exist. Out of the shadows, bound for the gallows, a dead man walking, till love came calling. Oh, rise up, 6 feet under. I thought it was over, an answer to prayer, the voice was too far gone for everything I done wrong. Yeah, I'm the one who dug this grave, but you called my name, you called my name. Thought that I was too far gone for everything I done wrong. Yeah, I'm the one who dug this grave, but you called my name, you called my name. More than once I came alive, this beating heart, these open eyes, the grave let go, this heart me should have known. You're still rolling stones, you're still rolling stones, you're still rolling, rolling, you're still rolling stones, you're still rolling, rolling, you're still rolling stones, you're still rolling, rolling, you're still rolling, rolling stones, you're still rolling, rolling, you're still rolling stones. Hi, so this was totally unplanned, but I started passing out, and I was going to try to get up again to introduce another performer, but my pots didn't like that because I started passing out every time. So here I am with the camera laying down. I wanted to introduce my friend Cady Meijas. She has joined me for 2 songs. One is a duet with me and her, and the other one is a solo. And I am very happy and very excited that she was able to join me in this program for that. So here's Cady. Somewhere over the rainbow, all of the songs that I chose today, I chose for a reason. And at first I thought I was going to talk about each song individually, but then I realized all of the songs that I picked have a common theme. Going through chronic illness is not easy. There's some times where I feel just absolutely broken physically and emotionally, and just like absolutely desperate. And the only way, and I would not be saying this if I didn't mean it, the only way that I get through that is by surrendering what I'm going through to God. That is the only way. Because I cannot control anything I'm going through. But I can control how I think about what I'm going through. And if I'm telling God, like, all of the things that are bothering me, like, I don't sugarcoat it when I talk to God. I used to, but then I realized he doesn't want me to do that. He just wants me to lay it out there and tell him all of the stuff that I'm going through, no matter how dark or anything it is. He wants to know. He already knows. He just wants me to tell him. And there has been times, I'm not joking, where I have been in so much pain. I've just been laying down on the shower floor with the shower hitting me, with my face on the shower floor, just like crying out in my head to God, because I'm just like, I cannot do this on my own. And I think most of the songs that I picked really sum that up, of my illness and what I've gone through has pointed me in that direction. And that's why I can say with confidence, if I had the choice to go back to when I was being informed in the womb and like change my DNA to be healthy DNA that's not mutated and have collagen that doesn't work right, have an autonomic nervous system that doesn't work right, if I could change that and make myself healthy, I would not do it. Because of how God has used my illness in my life. And I don't think I would be the person I am today or be around the type of people that I am today if it was not for my illness. And I mean it when I say that I would not go back and change it. But the only way that I get through it, that being said, the only way I get through it is through telling God, I cannot do this on my own. I'm hurting. I can't, I can't. That's basically the way to sum it up the best, is just saying, I can't. Like, those words. I can't. Telling God. If I'm just telling myself, I can't, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close in on myself. But if I'm telling God, I can't, that's going to open me up to him. And that's when the peace comes. And even when I'm laying on the shower floor with my face on the shower floor and I'm just like hurting so bad I can't stand it, I know that God's with me and I feel peace. Even when I am in absolute suffering and I am in despair, I feel peace. And that's what I want to convey in these songs, is there is joy, there is encouragement and hope in the suffering, in the dirty, in all the. David says, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but your rod and your staff, you comfort me. I lack nothing. Surely goodness will follow me all the days of my life. Following Jesus does not mean that the suffering goes away. What it means is that God will start to use it. He's a pro at taking the really ugly things in life and flipping them around into something beautiful. He uses everything. He does not let anything go to waste. So that's the main thing that I'm hoping to show with these songs. Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
I'm Jorge Flores, and the next selection that will be performed will be Together, and it will be sung by a quartet, including me, Jorge Flores, Aubrey Tuttrup, Jessica Williams, and David White. Enjoy.
This is for the busted hearts. This is for the question marks. This is for the outcast soul, lost control, no one knows. Singing for the can't go back. Singing for the broken past. Singing for the just found out life is now upside down. If you're looking for hope tonight, raise your hand. And if you're feeling alone and don't understand, and if you're fighting in the fighting of life, then stand. And we're gonna make it through this hand in hand. And if we fall, we will fall together. Together.
This is for the second chance. This is for the new romance. Sing it for the loved in vain. Overcame, it's not too late. If you're feeling the hope tonight, raise your hand. If you're feeling alone and don't understand, if you're fighting in the fight of your life, then stand. We're gonna make it through this hand in hand. If we fall, we will fall together. Together. When we rise, we will rise together. Together. We will rise together. If you're looking for hope tonight, if you're feeling alone tonight, if you're in the fight of your life, we're gonna make it happen. I will be by your side. There's love is in the air tonight. I hope you see the light. Whenever and wherever, just as long as we're together, say if we fall, we will fall together. Together. When we rise, we will rise together. Together. If we fall, we will fall together. Together. When we rise, we will rise together. Together. Together we are dangerous. Together with our differences. Together we are bolder, braver, stronger. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' work it out and move mountains. We gon' work it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring this world to its feet and move mountains. Bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. Yeah, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. And now rise up, we'll rise like the day, we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, we'll rise unafraid, we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. We will rise. I wanted to thank everybody who watched this for joining me in this concert. And I also wanted to thank all of my friends who joined me in performing. And I also wanted to thank the people that you didn't see on camera, which would be Jordan Williams, my producer, who did so much. This would not have been possible without him. And he totally does not get enough credit for what he does. My dad, also Rick Tuttrup, he also helped me a lot putting together like the tracks and stuff. And then my mom came here to support me and make sure I didn't pass out on the way down the stairs and stuff, and made sure I was like okay and taking care of me like she always does. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of those people, and thank you all for watching this, and I hope to see you guys next year. Bye.